Hey there, social butterfly, or should I say social caterpillar. Welcome to Awkward and Relatable, where we dive into life's awkward moments. Today we are... Man, screw these fancy intros. What the heck am I even doing? Alright, let's cut the chase. Why are your DMs always empty? Trust me, buddy, you're not alone in this. Or maybe you are, who knows? So, reason number one, poor texting skills. You heard that right. Have you ever been in a physical conversation with someone where it feels like you're dragging a dead weight? All you get are, yeah, right, and the occasional, Honestly, these people irritate my inner demons. I feel like ripping off their face and hiding the body. Seriously, it's a huge turnoff. But guess what? That person might be you in a text conversation. Take a look at your text threads. If most of your replies are OMGs, LOLs, IDGFs, it's no wonder your phone is drier than the Sahara. See, here's the thing. When you reply with one-word text, you come across as disinterested. And nobody likes talking to someone who makes them feel like they're conversing with a brick wall. People don't want to feel like they're forcing themselves on someone. So here's the thought. Improve your texting game. For example, if someone messages you, hey, how have you been? Don't just drop a lazy, I'm good. Make an effort to reciprocate the gesture. I'm good. What about you? Simple. Even if you despise them and are plotting to murder them, at least be polite about it. Do it with a smile and some decency. And here's another example. If someone texts you, I was around your area today, your first instinct might be to respond with, oh, that's great, because you're an antisocial recluse who hates people coming over because your house is a disaster. Clean your house, you slob. Instead, try replying with, oh, that's great, what brought you to this side of town? See? Show a little interest. Reason number two, you don't text first. Alright, this one's a bit of a hard take because let's face it, you cannot always be the one to start the conversation. But hear me out. Personally, I used to be the guy who always texted my friends first because, I actually like staying in touch with the people I care about. But one day I got tired of it. I thought, let's see what happens if I don't text anyone first. And boy, let me tell you, my inbox was drier than a desert for a whole freaking week, not a single text. So what am I getting at? The reason your inbox looks like the Sahara might just be because you never start the conversation. You've got this big ego telling you you're so important that people should always be the one to text you first. I had to break it to you, but you are not that important. Now, I'm not saying you should go on a texting spree and message everyone on your contacts. That would be just weird. Instead, think about the people you genuinely care about and make an effort to text them first. Trust me, they're probably dying to hear from you. And when they see you're interested in keeping the conversation going, they might just start texting you first for a change. Reason number three, you are mean, rude, pessimistic, or narcissistic. Let's be real, nobody likes a bad vibe. If your default mode is to bring negativity into other people's inboxes, that might be why they're leaving you on red. If your idea of fun is roasting people 24/7 or dropping existential bombs like your Frederick Nietzsche, you might be a buzzkill. Look, texting should feel like a warm hug, not a cold slap on the face. And if you're always flipping the conversation back to yourself, droning on about your life like you're the main character in everyone's story, nobody cares about you. People have their own lives to deal with. So instead of monopolizing the conversation, try finding some common ground with the person you're texting. Let's say your favorite superhero is Superman. Like a loser you are. And if the other person's favorite superhero also happens to be Superman, great, you can bond over your shared lack of imagination. But if they're more of a Batman fan, because they have taste, now you have got the perfect conversation starter. You can debate why Batman is cooler than Superman, because he is. And just like that, you're in a fun, engaging conversation. Of course, this is just an analogy. Please don't actually talk about superheroes, that's kinda lame. Leave those conversations to nerds like me. Remember, nobody wants to text with a walking cloud of doom or someone who's all me. Find the sweet spot where you're both engaged and suddenly you're no longer the ghost of DMs. Reason number four, you are too clingy. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I've been guilty of this one myself, especially when I have a crush on someone. But hey, at least I'm working on it. You ever had a friend who sends you 48 texts in a row before you even have a chance to reply? Yeah, I know I have. Jeez, let me breathe. People who do this, yes, myself included, can only be described as simps. I get it, you like the person, you want to talk to them all the time. But have you ever wondered why gold is so valuable? It's because it's rare. It's not blowing your phone every 5 minutes. Don't be too available. Don't text someone the second you wake up, right after you brush your teeth, as soon as you start to poop, right before you go to bed. You're smothering them. This especially goes out to the guys. Most girls don't like a clingy guy. They love a little bit of mystery, something to obsess over, to figure out. So be a mystery. Don't be so predictable. This is my subconscious talking to me right now. Some days send them a text in the morning, other days don't text them at all. Keep them guessing, make them wonder what you're up to. Trust me, a little suspense goes a long way. And finally, number five, you are antisocial. This one's pretty obvious, right? Maybe you just don't like socializing, and honestly, that's perfectly fine. I get it. I'm like that sometimes. And by sometimes, I mean all the time. Maybe texting to you feels like a chore, or maybe you don't have anything to say, or perhaps you just find people, well, boring. God, people are so freaking boring. But here's the thing. there is nothing wrong with you. In fact, it's great that you don't depend on others for your own happiness. You're content with your own company, and that's a superpower. So what if your inbox looks like your grandma's basement, dark, dusty, and untouched for years? That's okay. You'd rather sit down and watch a good movie or read a great book than engage in yet another meaningless conversation. And you know what? That's the true definition of happiness. Knowing what makes you happy and not needing constant social interaction to feel validated. That's some next level peace right there. So go ahead, be your own antisocial self. Your inbox may be empty, but your life is full of things that actually matter to you.